What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Diablo 4. Appreciate you guys for coming by. Like this damn video if you will. Subscribe to the page and hit that bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And blessings to my patrons. Links in the description below. So I just found a new item, alright? And I've been working on my summon Necromancer. But of course it's hard to decipher what mods to go for when it comes to your summons. A lot of folks out there are saying Skeletal Warrior sucks, big you know what, mages aren't that great either, and it's all in the golem, so you just have to empower the damn golem. But the problem with that I see is I want my homies to all perform decently, you know what I'm saying? I don't just want the golem to be going around critical hitting everything and getting that massive crit damage while all the other summons just suck for their damage. Kind of like what Diablo 3 is like. Now, I want the Skeletal Warriors to be doing decent damage, and I want the mages to be doing decent damage. I just want them all to be acceptable, you know what I mean? So I've been working on a sort of hybrid Necromancer. Now, what I just found are these boots. Now, they're not Greater Affix mod boots. They're just normal Legendary 925 boots. But they come with a max of +2 to Skeletal Warrior Mastery. You see that? So for Skeletal Warrior Mastery, let's look at it on the skill sheet here. Yeah, there's Mage Mastery. Warrior Mastery is right here. So increases the damage and life of your Skeletal Warriors by 45%. And so as you can see here, every point in it adds plus 15% damage. So what I'm going to do is I decided to try this out for myself because the problem is in Diablo 4, this whole attack power number can be very misleading. If you put on IS gear, whatever, it's not going to change that number. So it's really, you can't really trust that fully. All right, you got to test it out for yourself. And I think that's a good thing. And I think it's a good thing that we don't have like a DPS counter on here. Is because that would just kind of spoil things, I think. It'll take away from the intuition that we might have with just watching our minions, watching our character's damage and just seeing how it all compares. But one way to do that, to collect more intuition, if you will, is by going over to the dummy. Because I was like, well, wait a second, don't they have like a dummy in this game? So I went up to the dummy and my minions were all hitting him, but the problem is the golem was in the mix and my mages were there just doing a ton of damage. But I figured, hold up, let's just allow the warriors to hit that damn dummy. And I'm not going to like empower them at all, because I could empower them with a corpse. By activating the raised skeleton and giving them more damage, I think is what that does. When you activate it, increasing their damage by 30%. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. So basically, you can just kind of zoom in here if you want. You don't have to zoom in, but you could. I guess it's easier to see the numbers that way. And these yellow numbers are, I think they're the crits, and I just saw a 53,000 just a second ago. There's a 19,000, 18,000. 19,000, 21,000, 15,000. So yeah, it's there's quite a range here. The white numbers, I think, are the smaller ones. The yellow numbers or whatever are the bigger ones. So yeah, this is a great way to sort of figure out if some of this shit's worth it. So basically, these boots that I found, again, they have +2 to Skeletal Warrior Mastery. So that's going to give an additional 30% increased damage to the Skeletal Warriors. So let's pop that on. And I saw one in the 50s a little while ago. But in general, there's one with 52. So that's the highest that I've seen. 17, 14, 18, 17. Let's pop on these boots. So they're going to be replacing the ones that I'm currently wearing, of course. Which, in terms of the damage output, it doesn't look like anything changes. So they're about the same. They have about the same intelligence, maybe 3 more intelligence of this one, or 1 more intelligence for that matter. So a very, very minuscule difference in terms of the damage that they should be giving here. So let's pop on the ones for the Skeletal Warrior Mastery. And now let's watch this shit and see if it goes up. There's 18, 16. It looks like the averages are higher. You're seeing 23, 17, 19, 26. You're seeing, yeah, the averages, I think, have gone up. They sure as hell should have gone up. But yeah, this is a spiritual journey in and out of itself when it comes to trying to figure these numbers and shit out. Because, I mean, what is the trick here? You know, do you want more attack speed? Do you want more critical hit damage? Do you want more vulnerable damage? Or do you want just the straight up damage mod or whatever that some items have? Like this offhand, for example, plus 58% damage. You know, would you rather have that than critical damage? It's just it's there's a lot to sift through here, and hot damn, I'm not seeing. Are you kidding me? 23, 21. I'm not seeing those 50s. I mean, I think the 50s was probably a high critical hit. Let's take a look here. My critical strike chance is 45. So, I mean, it should be almost every other hit. These mofos are getting a critical strike in. And my critical strike damage is 154%. So I think that's where... Oh, and then there's overpower. When the hell do they overpower, though? I don't think they're overpowering at all here. Well, something just budged my character. That's probably my finger. But nonetheless. Come on. What the hell? Where's the 50s? Are you kidding me? I'm not seeing the big numbers here. Am I missing something? 25. I mean, I think the averages are higher. 24. 24. Okay, fine. 24,000. 24,000. 23,000. 23. Okay, let's take the damn. Let's put on my other boots. I mean, I'm kind of decided here. This is bullshit. I'm pretty sure the yellow ones are the bigger numbers, right? Are you kidding me? Did I just see a 69,000? You guys are gonna have to help me out here. Did I see a 60? Is there a way to make these numbers slower? 65,000. Okay, so I'm seeing 65. Yeah, so obviously it's helping some. I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze, because I'm gonna be losing 800 life if I want to switch these boots out. 850 life is the mod that I rerolled on my current boots. And then, of course, there's the evade thing, which I like having more evade charges, because the more you can dodge, the better. These ones, of course, rolled with evade grants 125% movement speed. So, I mean, from this video, I don't know if it's worth it. Can you curse that dummy? Yeah, it looks like you can curse the dummy. But yeah, it doesn't really seem like... Well, I guess you could say, yeah, they're doing 30% more damage. But that's just the warriors. And of course, you have the golem that you're working with, which I'm going to compare some shit with the golem on the dummy. I'm going to mess with the mages some. And the way that you do this is you open up your Book of the Dead, and you can just not have your mages active. Like, they're going to probably be... You can just deactivate them. I don't really know how I did it. I think I just checked it off or something. And I got the golem off as well. So basically, I just had the warriors out. But I'm curious to see how the mages perform. But yeah, that's about a 30% increase, I suppose. And I don't know. Is it worth it? Because I have 25,728 life. So I'm going to be losing about 800 life. Which is, what percent is that? That's about 4%, I think. That's 3 to 4% or something like that. I'm going to be losing about 3 to 4% life. But my warriors, of which there are 7 of, are going to be doing 30% more damage. But what percentage of my damage are they doing? Because the golem, of course, hits the hardest. The mages, I think, do more damage than the warriors. So this is going to be a spiritual journey. But I'm going to stay tuned for more research on this. All right. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I will. But yeah, imagine finding like these boots with a with the whole greater affix mod for the Skeleton Warrior Master. I think in which case it could be up to 3 or 4 level. And that would certainly be worth it. Or boots like this that just have maybe a greater affix life or greater affix intelligence, and then you could re-roll whatever other mod you get, unless if it's a good roll. But that's basically, yeah, 30% increase right there. Let's pop that shit on one more time. But yeah, I'm going to try this out with the mages, because I'm curious what their damage numbers are like. I mean, with these, here, I'm going to take off those damn boots. Put on your other ones. Put on the ones that you've been running with. We're seeing about 17, 19,000. I mean, they're hitting for about, I would say, on average, probably about 20,000. So let's see what the mages do. So stay tuned for my next video. If you guys will like the video, subscribe to the page, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace be with you.